Hi guys, in this video I'll be showing how to create a basic Django application. I just call it a student application. It's a very basic Django application. For you to be able to follow through this tutorial, you need to have some basic understanding of Python, and some basic understanding of Django will also be really helpful. But even if you don't know Django at all, you can still be able to follow through this tutorial. I'll be creating this tutorial through a set of short videos. This is the first video, and then on this video I'll be going through this document which shows the application requirements, on which is what the application is going to be doing. And also at the end I'll just have like some basic definitions for those people who do not know Django, the important concepts that I think are important for you to be able to understand. So firstly, we are going to have like the home page. On that home page, we are going to list all the registered learners, and then you should be able to click on a learner to view the learner details. And then there should also be a link to the registration page. And then another page is the learner detail page. On that page, we are just going to show the name and age of the learner, and then we are going to list all the subjects that they enrolled for. And then we are going to have a form which allows you to add the subjects to the subjects list. In that form, that mechanism shouldn't allow for duplicates. And then we are going to have the registration page. On this page, we are just going to display the registration form which can be filled and submitted. And then after submission, you have to be redirected to the home page. And then we are also going to activate the admin site, and then on the admin site you have to be able to view all the registered learners and subjects, be able to modify them by changing some details or deleting them. And then these are some basic definitions which I think are important for someone who doesn't know Django at all to at least understand. So we have this file called urls.py. In that file, so URLs are like table of contents of your project because they serve to navigate different parts of your project. So for each page, you have to define a URL in the apps url.py. That will become more clear as I continue with the tutorial. You will see how that works. And then we also have views.py. Each view is basically a Python function in Django. That function is known as a view. Ideally, a view is defined for each page of your application or your website, and in that view you define the back-end logic, and then that Python function has to return the outputs that you want to use on your front-end page. So that output can be a dictionary, because in a dictionary you can have variables, you can have your list, and then you can return all of that to your front-end page and then use those variables however you want to. And then we also have this file called modules.py. In that file you define your data schema for each module object. And then after defining your modules, you have to make migrations. There's a command for that. And then afterwards you have to run those migrations. There's also a command for that. And then that allows Django to apply those changes to your database schema. And then migrations are essentially a history that Django can roll through to update your database schema so that it matches your current models. Because with this concept that Django is using, it's very easy to change your models every now and then as you develop your project or your application. And then each and every time after changing your database, you just have to make migrations for those new changes, and then run migrations for those changes to be applied in your database schema. Usually, it can be really complicated if you are not using Django, but Django simplifies the whole thing by using this concept of models and migrations. We also have this form called forms.py. If your application uses forms, you require users to fill in forms to collect data. So you can create a file called forms.py. Django doesn't create it for you by default. And then you define the forms that you are going to use in your application. The way you define your forms is very similar to how you define your modules. And then Django also allows you to derive forms from the modules you defined instead of defining them from scratch. This is very useful, and in this tutorial we will be using this method where we just define the forms from the models that we define in our models.py. Okay, so I hope all of that is clear. So now I'm going to create a Django project, to start a Django project, and then I'm going to start the Django application, and then we'll continue on the next video. So firstly, you have to ensure that you have Django installed on your machine, and then to do that, you can run this command to check if you have Django installed on your machine. So this is checking for Django version. If it doesn't have it, it will tell you that you don't have Django on your machine. Otherwise, it will give you the Django version that you have. So for me, I have Django installed on my machine. If you don't have Django installed on your machine, you can just run this command, pip install Django. Since I have Django installed, it's going to tell me that this requirement is already satisfied. You can see that it says that I already installed Django. And this one is just about the pip version that I'm using. You can ignore that. So since you sorted that out, we can now create a Django project. To create a Django project, you use this command, Django admin start project, and then here you give it the name of your project. I'm just going to call it my project. And then you should watch our file directory here. You see here we just have Django. After creating this thing, it's going to create a folder, my project, which is our Django project. So exactly like what I said, so this is our Django project folder. And then if you open this folder, you will see we have another folder called my project. So this is your Python object of your project, and then the reason we know that it's a Python object is because it has this init.py folder, and then you have your settings.py. This is where you define the settings of your project, and then you'll see how that works as we continue. You also have this manage.py, which is the command utility for Django. We'll be using that a lot to interact with the project to get Django to do different things on your project. So since we have initiated our project, we want to check if it is set up successfully, and for that we have to run this command. Firstly, I have to navigate into this project directory, otherwise I'm going to get an error. So I'm just going to navigate into that directory. And then you can now run this command to launch your project in the browser, python manage.py run server. So we have this warning here which says we have 18 unapplied migrations. For now, don't worry about this warning. Later when we deal with the models, you will see how we address this, so it won't be a problem. But for now, we can just click on this link to check the project in the browser. So this is our Django project. If you get this, it means that your Django project was set up successfully. So I'm going to terminate that. You do that by Ctrl+C. So since we have our project initiated, the next step is to create our Django application. So in your Django project, you can create as many applications as you want. So you see, at the moment, we don't have any application. So I'm going to create a Django application, my first Django application. And then for that, you run this command, Python. So since I'm using a Windows laptop, I don't have to write Python all the time. I can just use py. So I'm going to continue like that. But if you're using a Mac, you have to write the whole word. You have to type it Python instead of py. Then the command is start app. I'm going to call it student. And then you will see we will have the student app here. You see this folder here, it wasn't here. So this is our student app, and then inside this app we have these files. I've already explained some of them, the most important ones that I think you have to understand. So we have your views.py, you have your modules.py, you also have your test.py. So once you start writing some really complicated and advanced, even if they are not necessarily advanced, if you want to simplify your life when you debug, you can write Django test. In this file you define your Django test. So what that does, every time you launch your project, so this test have to pass. If they don't pass, they will tell you specifically where your project is failing, and then you can use that to debug. So it's just to simplify your life when debugging and all of that. But in this, that is like a very advanced concept. In this tutorial we won't be covering that. And then this is your models.py. You define your models in here, your apps.py, your admin.py. So for this video, that is everything that I wanted to cover. I'll see you in the next video.